So with 2 ticks on it is the field goal unit. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the... Well, Larry, I know it's late there in Orlando. This is a school night. Folks eager to get right back to the action here in the third quarter. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And up past the 35, a very good return, but a penalty down. That may negate all the good work.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up. Wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's first down from the 42. From the gun, it's Carr. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Patterson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. From midfield, here's Carr. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing his Carr on third down. He'll check this down to Lynch, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And now a first down following that long gain. Carr gives to Marshawn. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
6 yards here to go for the offense on second down. From the gun, Carr. Caught left side to Crabtree. And before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Throwing now is Carr. This will be caught at about the 6. Only a yard in the completion. It's second and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards still to go here on 2nd and goal. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Carr. They'll set up the screen to Lynch. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. And that'll bring him back within 4. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Fights off the defender. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? You're not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now he's flushed out right. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, now he bowls him over. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Raiders will take possession. They'll try to get something going with Marshawn Lynch. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Carr going option right. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And Carr seems to be in some pain. He's still down. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Here's Marquette King now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Kaiser now, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Jihad Ward in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Let's go.
Back near his goal line, Kaiser. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down.
Let's go.
Here's Charles, and he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
A first down throw for Kaiser. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Kaiser. The swing pass caught. And out of bounds just shy of the end zone at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
That's right, run it in with Janovich, the fullback. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Andy Janovich, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right, it's not like they're totally out of it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award across the bay in Santa Clara, Von Miller. Leading the surge there, he drops him for a loss of 6. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Raider football as we get you. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. On play action, now Carr. He finds Roberts, complete. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. It's a big play for the Raiders on third down. 56 yards. To throw is Carr. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. Back to throw, Carr. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Marshawn Lynch, and it'll bring up third down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jared Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are back within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They'll start the drive with Jamal Charles. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And they're throwing here. Kaiser. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field.